Alright guys, today I'm going to take a look at this SpiderMan Heli ball. Okay, I picked this up yesterday at that Five Below for $5. I went into this Five Below place for the first time ever. I'd never been in there. And I said, oh, let me walk in there and see what's happening. And I saw this thing in there, so I'm going to get it. And the way it seems to work, it says on the box you can use any remote from any TV. It has this little infrared thing in there. But what I noticed is that you can actually just control it by waving your hand underneath of it. You really don't need to use the remote. The remote just kind of like to turn it on and off. But you can do that just by hitting the button, because whenever it crashes, it shuts down. So you have to turn it back off and turn it on instead of using the remote. But the way I noticed is that it just flies around, okay, and then you just, to make it, change the altitude on it, you just wave your hand under it. Kind of like would be one of those, like the Bebop or the, one of them that have that optical flow type thing on there. So it has some kind of infrared sensor or some of that nature under there. But the way you get it to go is that you just turn it on, it'll just start flying. But you don't really control it. You just control it by controlling the gravity. This actually is a good toy for a fat kid, because you get to chase it around and lose some weight. Okay, so you take it off, let it start flying. And so the kid starts chasing it around. So actually, it's pretty cool that way. So we're going to turn it on. So if I put my hand under here like that, it'll change the altitude. Now, I tried to fly it around the house with the remote. And this is an indoor thing, so there's a little wind, so it's going to take it around. So I'm going to go to this side of the thing, because the wind is blowing this way a little bit. But this is an indoor thing. But I wanted to come out here and do a quick flight of the Mavic just to kind of break in. And so I figured I'd bring this with me just to spin it up here. So all you got to do after it crashes, you see how that went back up after it saw my hand? So you can control it like that. But any kind of wind is going to take it. And then it's going to crash into the thing. So the wind's blowing from that way, so it's going to blow it all the way across the thing. In the house, it will stay a little bit more, it kind of like in one area, but outside it's going to drift with the wind outside. So I'm going to turn it back off. Like every time it crashes, it shuts down. So you got to turn it back off and turn it back on. But if you have a TV remote, all you have to do is click a button on the TV remote where it would light up one of the buttons, like the power button, and then that'll turn it on and off for you. So you won't have to do the switch every time. It's a pretty cool toy for a kid for $5, right? I mean, I'm a 60-year-old kid. It's okay. And one of the things about the Mavic too, what I noticed already was that you can actually fly that thing without using the phone. I flew it around in the house a little bit. Uh-oh, here comes a pole. You don't have to have the phone. The phone's just gonna give you all the settings and all that, but you can actually just bring it up and fly it around a little bit without using the phone. I wouldn't recommend it for any kind of big flight, but for just a little takeoff and farting around with it, it's good enough. This thing's pretty cool for $5. They had a whole bunch of them too up there at that store. I'm expecting the battery to die out any second now, but they had, you know, the Iron Man and all that crap. So you can just catch it and take it back off if you want. Ooh, maybe I'll get a flyaway. It's coming back because I think it's running out of gas. Okay. See, I'm starting to get winded. I'd be all huffing and puffing right now if I hadn't quit smoking a month ago. I'd be going, Actually, I'm just a little bit huffing and puffing, not like I normally would be. But you know, 38 years of sucking on them smokes, that'll take its toll, brother. Yeah, it's starting to lose the gas, I think, because it's not, the altitude is not going up as high as it was at first. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up. Anyway, it takes about, I think it took me like 10-15 minutes to charge it. But hey, it's pretty cool for $5. I mean, what do you want, right? All right, that's a wrap on this thing. The SpiderMan Heli ball. Pretty cool. I'd buy another one for $5. I probably won't, but it's pretty cool for a kid. All right, guys, thanks for watching.